Behold, the Mucky Spiegel. God, that glass sounds thin. Anyway, alright fellas, welcome back. We're doing the final thoughts, final tastings on the Pilsner, because we've had a little sneak of it today and I was thinking maybe it's okay to do it now. It's changed a lot. So it's nice and clear, and it's a real nice pale straw colour. It looks very, very refreshing. There's definitely carbonation in there. You can probably see it streaming up the glass. This particular pour has not poured much of a head, but I was going careful with it. So I'm pleased in a way that the length of hose that we've got on the tap is okay. We haven't got any foamage issue at least. But anyway, the head's not too much to talk about. Serving at 6 psi, it's had its carbonating stage, and then we've knocked it down to 6 psi, and that's where it's been sat for a good number of weeks now. So let's get stuck into it, because there was some talk that I may have underpitched with the WLP 300 yeast. I think it was the WLP 300 yeast, the single pack of the pure pitch liquid. So let's get an aroma on it, see if we've picked up anything that should be there. Well, the aroma's really nice and clean, and I did say that if there was anything estery from possible underpitching, then I would report back. So far the aroma's nice and clean, nice and crisp, refreshing. It just smells like a Pilsner. Let's get a taste on it. Cheers guys. Trouble with Pilsners, especially a basic Pilsner, which this was, there's not too much to report on them, in all fairness. It's a strange style of beer to me because of the extra care you've got to take during fermentation. The length of the fermentation is a lot longer because you're fermenting at 12 degrees or 10 degrees or whatever you've chosen to ferment it at, but lower temperatures, so it takes longer to ferment. Then you've got to ramp it up, then you've got to do a proper diacetyl rest on it, and then you've got to drop the temps again and condition it a little bit longer back to a lower temp before getting it into bottles or kegs. It's funny because that amount of process leaves you with something that's quite basic at the end of the day, at least for my palate, unless you're doing a not so basic Pilsner. But this is a basic recipe for a Pilsner, something to work on. But it has changed dramatically. I hadn't been taking any even to sample because lack of gas meant that I didn't want to. I knew there was gas in the keg, and I didn't want to keep serving and obviously using that head pressure of gas to serve the beer. I wanted to keep some amount of CO2 in there, and I knew nothing was going back in because of the lack of gas. So I hadn't touched it until this morning when my mum came round and we tried it, and I was surprised. I was surprised at how much it had changed. It's so refreshing, especially for this weather that we're having, although it's a bit duller now, but for this heat and this pressure, nice sunny days, to just sit out with one of these and move away from hoppy IPAs and pales and whatnot, and just to have something that's a bit basic but just so refreshing and really drinkable on a hot day is something that I'm looking forward to. It's almost like the sorbet of a several course meal, something just to pick your palate up. That was sounding a bit pretentious though, wasn't it? A sorbet. A sorbet. Taste wise, pretty much like the aroma. Nice and crisp and refreshing. It's definitely got a nice malt character to it. It's not overpowering, it's quite a thin mouthfeel, but you're just getting a touch of a bready malt, and then what washes in at the back is the sours, which is keeping it really crisp. For hot summer days, perfect. It's just a shame that to do a Pilsner you have to go through so much to get you there, and to tie up a fermenter for so long. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't tend to do them so much, but she does look nice. And for me, I know there's probably people out there that would like more carbonation in it, and that's fine, but for me that's a perfect amount of carbonation. I don't like things overly carved, but that's it. There's not a vast amount to say other than the flavour is clean. Just pitching that one pack. I know we covered it in a video where I was just under its limits. I was just under its limits for using one pack, and there was, like I said, some concern that I'd underpitched it and that people would use 2 or 3 packs of the yeast. If I had 2 packs of the yeast, then I would definitely put them in, but just chucking one in, as long as your starting gravity is under what they recommend for using just 1 pack, then you should be golden. They wouldn't be selling it if that wasn't the case, or they'd at least lower the starting gravity for just 1 pack. So all in all, she's gone through everything: fermentation, diacetyl rest, a good length of conditioning. She could probably do with more and take it, but at this stage she's drinking nice, and it's just left with a nice, refreshing, crisp Pilsner. Nothing too interesting about it, but it's just a basic Pilsner. It is what it is. It's refreshing, and that's what I need. More to the point, it's clean. It's come out clean, and if it wasn't, I'd say perfect for the summer. Anyway guys, that's it. I'm going to crack on and edit this. And that's it, fellas. So as always, don't forget to thumb us video because you know what I do. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Click it if you want to see what's coming next. Share the video, get it. I hope to see you until next time. I'm out of here.